In this video, we're going to look at a different type of chart, the pie chart. The pie chart lets us answer the question, how much does each category contribute to the total? So for example, how much does rent contribute towards the quarterly expense of $5,067.07? We could do a formula, and if we do an absolute reference, we can copy the formula down. So we'll copy the formula, and then we'll just format this. We'll just format this as percent. Get rid of the decimal places. So one way to do this is to show numerically that rent is 38%, car payment is 28%, and so forth. But if we do it graphically, it is an easier visualization, and it's more easy to understand relatively how much is rent take up of the quarterly expense compared to something else such as electric or cable TV. So to create the pie chart, I'm going to insert it right after cell H11. But before I do that, I want to select my data. So this is a little bit different. I'm going to select the data. It's column E, quarter, through food. Click on the wizard, and you can see it begins to fill out the information for us. So instead of a column chart, I want a pie chart. As soon as I select pie chart, you can see the data is switched to pie chart. The legend really isn't meaningful, but we'll fix that. So I have my pie chart. I click next. The data is in that data range. It's in columns. The first row right now will be the label, but we're going to have to go ahead and change that. We can, the data series is quarter one. Now here for categories, here's where we can select what the different categories are. As soon as I click categories, you can see rent, car payment, insurance, and so forth becomes color-coded in the legend for each of the pieces of the pie. We can click next. Chart elements. We can put, we'll call it household budget. We'll call this quarter one analysis. We'll move the legend to the bottom. And here we have the pie chart with the legend for the different categories on the bottom. Now, a couple cool things you can do with a pie chart. If we right-click, go to chart type, we have pie chart. If we click 3D look, you can see we got a 3D visualization of the chart. Realistic versus simple. We can go with simple. We click OK. Now we have a 3D pie chart. And let's say we want to have the rent stand out as a piece of the pie. So double click on rent so that you have the green handles surrounding rent, and when you mouse over it, you see it shows data point 1, which is rent for 1950. Left click on it and just pull it out. And when you pull it out, you can see that part of the pie breaks away from the rest of the pie. That's a good way to highlight one piece of the data as compared to everything else. And as with the other chart, we can click on any of the other elements, right click, and we can edit each of the elements differently compared to all the other pieces. And for rent, if we want to change rent, again, double click on rent so we get the green handles around it. Right click, click Format Data Point. We can change the color, and we can change its appearance to further highlight the data point.